Viewers, welcome to my channel AAR Counseling and Peace. My name is Adeyemi Adewale. Today's episode is titled Mongolians Wedding Highlight. Mongolians Wedding Highlight. That is, traditional marriage in Mongolia. Step into the heart of Mongolia's rich nomadic heritage with this in-depth look at traditional Mongolian marriage customs, from arranged marriages and sacred matchmaking to the bride's farewell ceremony and the grandeur of multi-day wedding celebrations. Discover how ancient values of kinship, spirituality, and community are woven into every step of the journey. In this video, I will be talking about the followings: the role of the matchmaker, Khoomei, in arranging marriages, prohibited marriages, and clan exogamy, symbolic rituals like Khüree Tavikh and airag sharing, lavish traditional weddings with deel attire, horse races, and Khoomei throat singing, the bride's transition into a new family and the responsibility of both parties, how modern influences are blending with centuries-old customs. Whether you are fascinated by anthropology, wedding traditions, or Mongolian culture, this video offers an authentic and beautifully detailed glimpse into one of the world's most unique matrimonial traditions. But before I proceed, please do not hesitate to call us for counseling and prayer if you need counseling and prayer, or you want us to talk to any of your relatives and friends who are in need of counseling and prayers. Please call us on our telephone number displayed on the screen, +234 810 232 7268. Please like, subscribe, share, click the notification button, and also please leave your comments below. Please endeavor to watch this video to the end so that you can enjoy the full benefits therein. Thank you. Back to the topic for discussion today: Mongolia wedding highlight, or traditional marriage in Mongolia. Marriage in Mongolia has historically been a deeply significant event, not just for the couple, but for the families and communities. Rooted in nomadic transitions, Mongolian weddings reflect the values of kinship, social harmony, and spiritual beliefs. The customs surrounding marriage have evolved over centuries, influenced by Mongolian shamanism, Tibetan Buddhism, and the pastoral lifestyle. 1. Arranged marriages and matchmaking. Arranged marriages and matchmaking. In traditional Mongolian society, marriages were typically arranged by parents with the goal of strengthening family ties, ensuring economic stability, and maintaining social order. Romantic love was not always the primary factor. Instead, compatibility between families, economic status, and spiritual considerations played a crucial role. The role of the matchmaker, a respected elder known as Khoomei or matchmaker, facilitated the union between two families. This person was responsible for: 1. Assessing compatibility. Matchmakers consulted astrologers, monks, or shamans to determine the compatibility of the couple based on their birth dates and spiritual signs. 2. Negotiating the union. They acted as intermediaries between the families, ensuring mutual agreement on the marriage. 3. Symbolic proposals. Symbolic proposals. The matchmaker will present the groom's family's intentions by offering symbolic gifts such as snuff bottles or livestock to the bride's family. The second point is parental approval and astrological considerations. Parental approval and astrological considerations. Mongolian families often sought the guidance of monks or shamans to determine the spiritual compatibility of a couple. If their astrological signs were deemed incompatible, the marriage will be discouraged. The second one is this: prohibited marriages and exogamy. prohibited marriages and exogamy. Mongolia culture strictly prohibited marriage between individuals of the same clan, we call it or ovog, to avoid incestuous relationships and preserve genetic diversity. Mongolians traditionally trace their lineage through paternal descent, and it was considered a grave taboo to marry within one's own clan. It's a great taboo to marry within one's own, one's own clan. Additionally, social class and status played a role in marriage eligibility. In earlier times, in the olden days, Mongolian nobility, including khans, that is rulers, and aristocratic families, often married within their class to preserve power and heritage. However, among commoners, economic stability and good character were valued more than noble bloodlines. Third, proposal and betrothal rituals. Proposal and betrothal rituals. Once a suitable match was found, a formal proposal process took place. The proposal, known as Khüree Tavikh, involved a series of rituals. Here, the first step is the groom's family sent emissaries. The groom's family sent emissaries. The groom's family sent emissaries, often male relatives or an elder, to the bride's family to formally request the marriage. These emissaries carried traditional gifts, which could include a snuff bottle, livestock like sheep, horses, or camels, dairy products, that is, airag, cheese, khud. It symbolizes purity and prosperity. The second part of this proposal is the bride's family consideration. The bride's family consideration. It was customary for the bride's family to initially hesitate before agreeing. They don't just jump into accepting the proposal. Demonstrating dignity and thoughtfulness. If they accepted, both families would perform a small ritual, drinking airag, that is fermented marriage milk, together to seal the agreement. Third, exchange of engagement gift. Exchange of engagement gift. Once the proposal was accepted, an engagement ceremony was held. This involved the groom's family presenting a bride prize, that is, horses, cashmere, silver, jewelry, or livestock, to the bride's family. The bride's family preparing a bridal trousseau, including traditional cloth, household items, and sacred objects for a new home. The engagement period could last months or even years, depending on family circumstances and cultural traditions. Then we now at the fourth point, which is pre-wedding traditions. The bride's family ceremony. Before leaving for the groom's household, the bride participated in a farewell ritual with her family. This emotional event was meant to bless her as she transitioned to a new life. Her parents and siblings will offer parting words, gifts, and symbolic tokens of protection. The second part of this stage is the bride's journey to the groom's home. In many Mongolian traditions, the bride did not travel to her new home alone. Instead, she was accompanied by a bridal procession of relatives and attendants, sometimes traveling great distance across the steppe or horseback. Upon arrival, she performed a respectful greeting called zolgok to her new in-laws. Now, the wedding ceremony proper. The wedding ceremony proper. Mongolia weddings were grand multi-day affairs filled with rituals, feasts, and traditional performances. The ceremony took place either in the groom's family or in an open field. or in an open field, surrounded by guests on horseback. The first part of this wedding ceremony is classified as traditional attire. The bride wore an elaborate deel made of silk or brocade, even embroidered with auspicious patterns. A hairdress called hoos, adorned with silver, coral, and turquoise, symbolized her new status as a married woman. The groom wore a specially designed deel with a white belt, hat, and boots, symbolizing masculinity and strength. The second part of this ceremony is key wedding rituals, blessing by the elders. The couple receive blessings from both families, symbolizing the approval of their ancestors and the community. The fire ceremony. A sacred fire was lit to purify the marriage. The couple circled the fire while making offerings, seeking protection from spirits. The bow ritual called zogok. The bride and groom bowed to their parents and elders as a sign of gratitude and respect, drinking the unity cup. The couple drank airag or tea from a shared cup, symbolizing their eternal bond. Horse races and wrestling matches. Many Mongolia weddings included traditional sports such as horse racing and wrestling to celebrate the union. Then the third part of this ceremony is the wedding feast and celebration. The wedding feast and celebrations. The wedding feast was a lavish event featuring boiled milting, kokog or bodog. The centerpiece of the meal, that's what they eat. The second part is dairy delicacies such as yogurt, dried curd, and fermented maize milk. The third part is music and dance. Guests enjoy traditional Mongolia throat singing, Khoomei, and instrumental performances with the morning khur, that is, horse-head fiddle. The wedding celebration will last for several days, with guests participating in games, storytelling, and communal meals. Then we now have post-wedding traditions. Post-wedding traditions. After the wedding, the bride officially became a member of the groom's family. Her role within the household was carefully defined by tradition. The bride's duty entails that the bride was expected in those days to show respect to her in-laws, especially her husband's parents. She contribute to household chores, including dairy production, cooking, and tending to livestock. In some regions, the bride is required to avoid directly addressing her father-in-law as a sign of respect, while the groom's responsibilities entail the following. The groom is expected to provide for his new wife and uphold family traditions. He might breed a new girl for the couple, symbolizing independence from his parents. In conclusion, modern influences on Mongolian marriage. Today, while many traditional practices persist, modern Mongolian weddings have adopted influences from Western culture. Some key changes are as follows. Many couples now marry for love rather than through arranged marriages. Civil registration is required by law, and urban weddings often include formal receptions in hotels. Some brides wear white wedding gowns alongside traditional deals. Social media and digital matchmaking have begun to replace traditional matchmakers. But note this, despite modernization, many Mongolians still honor their ancestors through traditional rituals and ceremonies, keeping the rich heritage of Mongolian marriage customs alive. Thank you, my viewers, for staying with me on this episode. Please join me in my next episode where I'll be discussing another important and fascinating traditional marriage ceremony. Thank you.